What's going on? It's Glendon, founder of Hustlers Kung Fu, all about making that money without a job. Today, we're going to talk about hustling, how a hustle culture is not going to make you rich. Hustle will keep the lights on. Hustle will put some bread on those bologna slices. Hustle will do some things for you, but we're going to talk about a deeper strategy. So let me jump into here, get rid of that. Make sure. Yeah, okay. So we got that. And for those of you, we're going to start something new. I was talking about it last night, but we're going to do the e-commerce course. It's going to be much longer, and we're going to start it next week. It's going to be very intensive. But what I'm going to do, because first part's going to be audience, it's going to be $99, but everybody that buys the 10 essential steps for hustling, which is the daily deal below the video, and it's only $99. So it's like you're getting something for free, which I know how much y'all love that stuff. You get that, you will be invited to the audience, and you won't have to pay for it. So let's top off on some stuff. Let's see. We got people. Yeah, y'all coming in the chat room early now. I like that. Y'all know y'all like the early bird students. We got Nigel in here. He's been here for a minute. What's up, Newman? Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Newman, teach you how to Dougie. Teach you how to Dougie. Oh, you know what's more important than money? Knowledge. What's up, Roosevelt? What's up, Charlatan? What's up, Cheatable? Diana? Morning Blue. All right, Canna Startup. Cool. What's up, Gerald? What's up, G Ranks, Douglas, Mike? Cool. All right. Now, let's talk about the hustle culture. What's his name? The guy with the ponytail, like, just do it, right? Just do it. And it's this hustle culture, the Asian hustle culture is for hyped, right? People are really hyped, which is important. I'm not mitigating or even disparaging hustle culture. I'm just kind of giving you some facts. Hustle culture is like elementary school for business owners. You go through elementary school, maybe even middle school if you have that, and that's your hustle culture. But when you start getting up into those upper grades and you start going to those advanced levels, hustle will not get it done. Because when you are doing what you need to do, like, okay, let's take Facebook. Facebook is the seventh largest company in the world. Everybody, the senior management, they're all 40 something to 50 something. They're not 18, they're not 19, they're not 20. There is a difference, right, on starting a business. You need hustle culture. You need drive and you need energy and that stuff to start the business, but to scale it, to keep it going, that's a different energy. And I'm seeing a lot of stuff where people are just catching hell right now, right? I saw a post with a guy who I know has been hustling 10 years. I know for a fact he's been hustling 10 years, makes good money, keeps the lights on, has a car. He essentially is self-employed. He's created a job for himself. He's created a very good job for himself, but he has created a job for himself. And that's something that I have been guilty of myself, because we're going to talk about systems, because the big difference between hustle culture and other things is systems. That is the big thing that has to happen. And so many folks are not understanding that. So let's talk about the systems, and let's talk about the leverage of all of this stuff with platforms and stuff. My best system, which which was very, very narrow. My best system was very, very narrow. And it was facilitated from a WordPress blog. And there was traffic going to the WordPress blog, and there was traffic going to Amazon.com. But I did not have a lot of competition. So I benefited from it. And then I directed the traffic straight to my blog, and whatever came off Amazon was gravy because I didn't direct traffic there. So that was the system. It was create YouTube videos here. That's content marketing. Direct traffic to the blog, direct traffic to Amazon indirectly, and people bought, I got paid. That was my funnel. That was the funnel. That was it. It was a 7-figure funnel. Now, let's say, why did that work? One, there was not a lot of moving parts. Two, there was not one, there was two, not two, but 3 television shows talking about storage auctions, right? 3. So that was an additional boost. But the thing is, it was a system. I would make videos, I would make sales. Now, there are many people out there who have blogs, who are really working hard. They have YouTube channels, they have Facebook groups. They're hustling. They are hustling their face off. They're out there every day. They're putting together stuff, but they're not building systems. Systems are one of the most important things to getting wealthy. If you don't have a system, you will have to do repeatable work. You will not get the benefit of work you did yesterday in the future. You know, farming, good farming is a system. Manufacturing, good manufacturing is a system. You have to have systems. So hustle culture doesn't really dictate systems. And another insidious part of hustle culture is the facilitation of you are going to go from your every normal day walk of life, and you're going to create this 6-figure income, or you're going to create this 7-figure income, or you're going to create this 8-figure or even 9-figure income with you being who you are, and you've never done anything remarkable before. You're just going to come online and you're going to find a niche, and you're just going to make all this money. That's called a promise. That's the big promise. That's the thing. Because when you do the math on it, it just doesn't work out. It's not feasible. It's not possible. It's not likely. But people continue to believe that it's going to happen. They think just so many things, because I have been watching so many economic indicators. I've been watching, like, you know, this is some that you have to watch in the news. This lady in Indiana, she blew up her house in an attempt to get the insurance money, right? And in her grab for cash, she killed 2 of her neighbors. Don't think that she meant to do it, but she did it. She's horrible. She's evil. She's 50-some years old. She's getting 50 years to life, right? This was in Indiana. You can Google it. Now, why would someone, and I looked at the neighborhood, a nice neighborhood. Why would someone who looks like her do something like that? Okay. Now let's look at the recent election. Look who we saw out there in the streets. Let's look at some of these reports of people, Black folks, Indians, gay people being harassed by so-called Trump supporters. Some of that's true. Some of it's made up. But once again, look at who's doing this. Go back to some other things. We have a lot of people who normally would have not been touched by certain economic indicators or impacted by certain things, and they've been impacted since 2006. See, this is the thing. When I had my storage auction business and I was in the warehouse, I used to look at customers and stuff. I started to see my customer demographic change, which was overwhelmingly, or you just use that thing, disproportionately. That's the word they like to use when they want to make something seem better than it really is or worse than it really is. Disproportionately impacted. Well, it was disproportionately Hispanic, it was disproportionately Black, and I had a few redneck trailer boys come in there. Then it switched to middle class, to upper middle class. I walk out into my warehouse one day and I see in the parking lot, there's a Bentley parked out there. And so I saw this thing happening. Essentially, here in America, we have tapped out in terms of middle class lifestyle. We're tapped out. Everybody has a television. Everybody has a place to stay. Everybody has running water. I know that running water does not sound like a middle class attribute, but if you travel around the world, you'll see that there's a lot of places they don't have running water. There's somebody right now in some village is going to the river to get some water so people can drink, wash up, and do what they got to do. Oh, looking at these market indicators of seeing that so many people are being disproportionately impacted by these harsh things, I see that people who are just hustling are going to get caught up. You're going to have to start building systems, because a lot of things I do, we were having this conversation on Facebook because, like I said, I was fucking with a lot of people this weekend. And I have built this business, and I have said this several times, that I have created entrepreneur courses, how to start business courses, because that market is going to exponentially grow, because people will not be hustlers or entrepreneurs by choice. They will be entrepreneurs of circumstances, hustler by force, because there just aren't as many 50, 60, 70,000, 80,000, $100,000 a year jobs, which really will not make you rich. But you're making 100 G's a year, you can have a decent lifestyle. You can live in a nicer neighborhood. You can pay cash for cars. You can do so much more than if you're just making 50 with anywhere from 12 to 18 grand of your money going in taxes. But these are the people that hustle culture speaks to the most. They're really getting on it. Listen, we got more people coming in here. Whoa, we got a lot of folks today for it to be so early. What's up, Irvin? Raka, Cocoa Covered Muscles, that poor mentality. Arsonists are usually not brute or bright. We got all kinds of people here. What's up, D? What's up, Michael? Having a used appliance store and having people living in high-end golf club neighborhoods, that's asking me to put $350 in washer sets on layaway. Let's look at what Michael knows what I'm talking about, because you'll see this stuff in society, right? Of how people are purportedly living. But as a merchant, when you see society comes in, or you work in the emergency room and you see who comes in, that this 12-year-old girl who comes from this quote upper middle class family who is pregnant, all kinds of stuff. But Michael, this is happening again. $350 washer and dryer set on layaway. Part of that is poor money management. Part of that is poverty. Part of that is they're living beyond their means. There's a lot of things, but they got that nice house. Newman, fuck no. Do not do that. Do not do that. No, 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 no. Agent J. Poole, never too early to work on the hustle. Douglas, blew up the house, totally scary. There's supposed to be some great desperation and action there. There are a lot of people where she was or is. She's in jail now. There's a lot of people there, man, because, all right, I'm going to get really, really deep in this, because this is another reason for hustle culture. And I'm going to use lifting weights as an example in a minute. Finally got to catch you the live stream as it happens again. Nigel, it's not uncommon for anyone to lack running water, adequate food, power, but in my neighborhood, it's not uncommon to miss one. Okay, so here's the thing about hustle culture that misleads people, that creates a lot of problems. Number one, all right, you can't see it, but I've stopped doing bench press. I've been focusing on what's called OH8, overhead press. And because the thing is, the bench press and overhead press pretty much use similar muscles, except you get better leverage from a flat bench, which means you can exert more power, which means you can lift heavier weights, right? But from a functional standpoint, from a strength standpoint, from a core standpoint, Their overhead press, which you can't lift as much weight, actually gives you greater impact because it brings your core into play, making your core straighter, flattening your stomach, building stuff. If you go to the movie 300 and you see how all of those guys are built, the workout program that they were on, overhead press, they didn't do any bench press because it fills up the upper chest. But I can't really do that much right now. But, and I don't have them. You know what? I can actually do this. Hold on a second. Let's see. Do I have? Yeah. Hold on 1 second. All right. I'm not going anywhere. I'm actually just, well, I am going somewhere, but I can take you with me because I invested a lot of money in all these mics. But when you're lifting weights, it's a system, right? It's a process. And when you do it correctly, it's a slow process. Well, I'm not really saying that correctly. You should have a system and follow that system. And that system is the process. Okay. That was funny. All right. I'm going to show you the system. And I'm going to show you the difference between hustle culture and, let's see. I'm back. I'm gonna show you the difference between, it's funny, this bag would also happen to be black. But these suckers are hard to find, but they will make you incredibly strong. We got all kinds of visual aids today. Well, if I can, here we go. So I'm explaining to you, all right. This is called fractional weights. That's like 3/4 of a pound. That would be a pound, 3/4. Oh, okay, that's a pound. These suckers are very, very expensive. That's when you can't find them. And that is 1/2 a pound. And this is 1/4 of a pound, right? Okay. Now, every gym in America should have these, but people don't know what they are. They don't know how to use them. Well, I'll just leave them out for a second. So I come back. Okay. Now, when you go to the gym, to get stronger and to get bigger, is something called progressive overload. But in the gym, the lowest they usually go is 2.5 weights. So on the bar, that's 5 pounds. Well, your muscles may not be ready to lift 5 pounds, but they can lift 1/2 a pound. And then they can lift, make sure, a pound. So with these little guys, every time you go to the gym, you will get stronger. So that's a pound. And then when you get to that, when you can get to the pound, then the next week you can bust out these guys. And then the 4th week, you bust out these guys. Now, it doesn't really seem like a lot. Okay, this right here is 1/2 a pound, these two guys, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you that, and this works in money, investing, all kinds of stuff. So we take 0.5 times 52. That's 26 pounds on a lift if you add 1/2 a pound every week. Now, times 3, 78 pounds in a year. This is something you can do, but see, once again, let's talk, one of the reasons I'm showing you this for these guys who, this used to be a standard on how to lift weight. So a lot of guys don't know about these, but what happens is every time you go to the gym, you lift more weight, you'll get bigger, you'll get stronger progressively. That's why it's called progressive overload. And I started to use a lot of these principles in business, and they work the same. So you go ahead and like your hustle is all about, because on my Facebook page we're talking about writing books. If you use the progressive overload method to write a book, every day you write 250 words without fail, which is 5 to 20 minutes, and 20 minutes being you're really, really slow. In a year, you have a book. But see, the thing is having that system and consistently doing it. That creates a lot of success. Larry the Cable Guy, I set the truck on fire to get the insurance money to make the truck payment. Damn, that is cold. But that is what creates a problem with hustle culture, because once you get some success, once you really get that nut right, if you feel it, it's hard to break away from. And what you're going to do is set yourself up where you're perpetually hustling, following hustle culture. And it's hard to break out of. That's why many resellers create jobs for themselves. And once again, that's what you want to do. Do what you want to do. If that makes you happy, cool. But what I'm telling you is, you don't create a system, you don't get wealthy. You can hustle to a lot of income. Great example of hustle with these artists, football players, basketball players, baseball players, entertainers, anyone who has a very, very high income, but virtually no wealth. That is from the lack of a system, because even though you are a baseball player with a $150 million contract, you are still trading your time for money. And it is like a lot of money, but you're still trading your time for money. That does not get you wealthy long term. Now, if you convert some of that money into assets that make money when you sleep, or you're out there trading time for money on the baseball field, and it's making you money in the form of rent, dividends, income from your business, yeah. So owning it. I've heard that powerlifting coaches would slide fractions on the bar without the lifter's knowledge, and they lift more than they believe they could. I'm going to actually tell you that's true, because sometimes when you're younger, when I first started, I wasn't paying attention, and my goal was to squat like 350 pounds, but I had 365 on there because I was just slapping plates on, and I did it. And if I had knew that it was 350 or 365, I probably would have struggled. So you can pretty much lift 10 to 20% more than you think you can. In some cases more. So that's definitely, what's up, Carlton? So that's the same thing with business. If you like, okay, this live streams. This is what we're going into the third month. And when I started these, I would get like 20 people, 20, 25. Then it moved up to 30. Then it moved up to 40 something. Then it kind of stayed at 40 something. Now it's 50 something. And I think, because it's the holidays, I don't know. It's moving up. It's gradually, like I said, it's moving up like this. It's moving up like this. This is how it's moving up. It's moving up a little bit at a time, but it's moving in the right direction. And as long as I continue to put in work week after week, I'm going to get all kinds of gains. I'm going to get all kinds of gains. Like the mushroom tip is just going to be all out the ass, Just put, for those of you who watch a certain channel, you know what I'm talking about. Cocoa colored muscles. Do you recommend live streams even when just starting out? I'm going to say Facebook. Yes. Facebook. Yeah, because I've seen people do crazy stuff with Facebook. YouTube, no. YouTube, no. If YouTube live streaming doesn't stretch. And with that, those of you who are watching, share this live stream with people you care about, put it on your Facebook page, tweeted and that kind of stuff, because Facebook is ahead of YouTube in terms of distribution. You can put up a live stream with very few friends and it will get spread because they've created their system like that. YouTube's behind that. It's totally behind that. Ace Bank knows who I'm talking about. What's up, Dale? So how do you implement all kinds of gains in business? CJ, with these. This is how you do it. With these little guys. This is how you get those gains. Because as much as you want to hear about fast growth and we're growing at 20% per year and 30% per year, and we've never had a down quarter, fast, sustainable growth is hard to keep going. It just is. So it's two cent Joe. Damn, everybody's coming up here. William Braswood. So what a credit. We're not talking about stocks. I'm going to give you my expertise on investing. I am not a traditional investor. I know nothing of stocks. I've had many people come to this channel because it's a business channel. It's like, hey, could you talk about running this software or picking stocks or pick? I don't know anything about that, and I'm not going to bring that to you. I would say if you want to know anything about stocks, you become very proficient yourself. You can make yourself a lot of money than you can teach. You know, I'm not saying you want to teach. It's just saying that I get that a lot, but we don't talk about stocks here. Everybody likes Santa G. I've heard like that from several times. So let's see. Strongness AM. I love your content. I've been watching old videos every day for about 3 hours. Damn. Thank you. Appreciate that. So part of this whole thing is if you gotta hustle. Okay, let's be clear. I am not disparaging hustle culture. I'm just giving you the skinny on why it's not going to make you the kind of money that you want to make, because it does not have a systematized component. I got a friend who's a YouTuber and he's doing very well doing his thing, but he hates it. And he's been doing everything in his power to try to get out of it because it is not something that he can turn into a system, and it takes a lot of his life force. There are many people. I'm working hard in terms of working on this because I've had all kinds of questions about YouTube, and the days of setting out a video on YouTube, if it's not properly sequenced with your channel having authority, without the video being properly tagged, without these social signals, those days are over. There are people who know what they're doing on YouTube and they're still losing views because they changed the algorithm. So you got to work, as RuPaul used to say. You got to work. You better, I forget what it was, but you better work. He had this show. But with systems, and this is one of the reasons that I'm going back to Kindle, is I've learned a lot since I've been away. I've not put a new book on Kindle. I don't even remember my logins. Let's put it that way. I have no clue. Good thing I have the same business address, so when I get my 1099s and stuff, they'll go where they need to go, because I have no clue how to even log into that old system. But new things have happened, and with new training and stuff that I've gotten, I figured out a way where I can enhance YouTube, I can enhance Facebook, I can make money, all with Kindle, and it's not what you think, but we'll talk about that later. Just using this. This should represent consistency. You should look at this as consistency. Purpose Pits. Thoughts on mid-level YouTubers with 100K subs or more who are complaining about losing their views due to algorithm changes. Make me reconsider getting on YouTube. I would say don't pay them any attention. Here's the thing. I don't know if you've ever heard me say this, but I said if I was a chick, with the work that I put in this channel, I would have 1 billion views. All work does not provide the same dividends. The biggest thing about YouTube is your niche and topic, not your video production, not your camera. Like, okay, I'll just tell you, in the last few weeks, I have made 5 figures, mid 5 figures from Not great video quality. The audio quality is okay. On some days, the audio quality was a little whack because I had it way too sensitive. But it's the consistency, it's the content more so than anything else, but it's the niche. If I was talking about, if I had a channel devoted to Star Wars this year, I could have probably got 100 and some to at least 400,000 subscribers in 1 year if I was talking about Star Wars. Why? Not one, but 2 movies came out. More stuff's coming out. So clearly, you know, it's really your topic. So if you want to do YouTube, do YouTube. John Francis, I went too hard at first with a hustle. When you take a step back, you can see there's a system for everything. I take a little more time, brain overloaded, hustle overloaded. Daniel, how many days, hours per day do you hustle on your projects? Okay, that's a good question. I don't really consider what I do work, so let's just look at it. Last few weeks, I've consistently worked 3 to 5 hours a day because I was supposed to take 25th to the 25th of December to the 5th of December off. And I started taking a lot of time off, and actually I felt kind of shitty. I felt weird. It was just like, you know, when you like what you do, you don't have to get away from it, if that makes sense. So I just cut back. I was like, well, you know what, I'm going to cut back. So yeah, 3 to 4 hours a day. Assistant's been handling most of the stuff. I've been doing a lot of research. It could probably be more than that. I don't really clock my hours like that. I would say for this, the YouTube stuff, anywhere from 2 hours a day to 3 hours a day. And maybe like yesterday, I worked a lot because I answered a bunch of phone calls, but it's a hard one to say. I really don't count the hours, but I'm not doing 100 hours a week. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing 80. I'm not doing any of that stuff. No. Projects, it just depends. I don't look at it per hour because let's kind of take a few steps back. When I create a project, and this is a good question because you can't ask the same questions for people who are doing different business models. Okay, my business model of being a media company, a content creator, an author, I create what I call durable products. I create something today that I can make money from 5 years from now. So I don't really get overly wrapped up in how much time it takes to create it because I woke up this morning and like 4 copies of Pimping Craigslist for Fun and Profit sold, right? I wrote that in 2010. It took me a week. It took me a week, 2010, and it's still selling to this day. Just got 2 sales right now on some stuff that I did 3 years ago. So when you are creating, let's see, when you're creating durable products, now, you know, we're going to talk about physical business because when we do the e-commerce course, and just to let you guys know, everyone that gets the 10 essential steps to hustling will get audience, which is the first workshop for the e-commerce course. Just letting you know, links below. When you create these systems, when you create these products like I do, it's very different than selling a physical product. And I learned that I had to create my own marketing, I had to create my own way of doing things because you can't sell a physical product like you sell an information product. You can't sell a physical product like you would sell a service business. All of this stuff is very different. The nuance, the general things of product, service, customer, that's the same. And then everything else goes sideways when you do that because you can't, like, someone asked, a good example dealing with YouTube. Someone asked me, like, why wasn't I simultaneously streaming on Facebook, right? It's confusing. It's to me, it's too much. I know a lot of people do it. I know a lot of people like it because, you know, some people want to be on Facebook. Some people want to be on this other stuff. But see, I'm talking to you guys and I've developed a relationship with you guys. I know a lot of who you are, where if I'm on Facebook, then there's all of this stuff that's going on. And I'm actually not doing this. I'm not building this, right? So I'm hustling very hard and getting results, but I'm not paying attention to what's happening. So there's a lot of things, but I'm gonna talk about the physical product business in a minute. Let's see. All right, with physical products, one of the reasons, like this is a physical product, or I bought this on Amazon of all places because I couldn't find them anywhere else. These are hard to find. Usually you'll have to find them online, but and they were like $75. That sale for this company went, but how many people need these? You know, everyone needs it, but everyone doesn't know about them. Once this sale is over, what's the name of this company? Alder Fitness. I bought nothing else from them. So they got to continue to market, continue to find customers, continue to present, and continue to have their product available for purchase. One of the biggest things that drove me crazy when I was selling physical products was when I found a good one, I couldn't get it. That was, it was just like find some, I didn't price right, made good margin, sell it. Then I would do like this, the sleigh beds. I had this perfect little system on Craigslist. I would buy my sleigh beds from Coaster, but I would reserve them and run sales on Craigslist, right? So this was kind of like drop shipping. The element of drop shipping is you don't have to pay for your product until it's sold. So one day I had sold 6 beds. I had to go down there and get them because I was just like, man, I got to go deliver these things. And I had worked out the system. I had worked out the copy. I was selling them, and they kept fucking running out. I had people with $300, which was 180 bucks profit for me per bed. I couldn't get them. You know how frustrating that is when you have worked hard, built something up. There's somebody who is willing to give you your price and you can't get the shit. That drove me crazy. And that's another reason that I built a media company, because it's just wild. I don't know about binary pitches. I don't know. CJ, if you had no authority, would you still do YouTube? In summary, how would you? Yes, you build authority. You can build authority faster now than you could ever before. It usually took years. You can do it in a matter of weeks. What is that? Those are cameras. Jamie, I have one. All right. Typically, this is how I work when answering questions. I'm going to do another hotline bling where you call in and ask your question. But typically, if I am answering your question on your time, one-on-one, this is called consulting, and I'm $1,000 an hour. I have to be real firm on that because I got a lot of folks who would literally suck me dry if I allowed it. Not saying you would do that, but those are the rules. I don't know how to do that, Andrew. Jennifer Francis, I remember you saying researching is one of the most important things to do in the business model. Researching, it is everything. It is everything. The other day, I put out a pitch on a product and not that many people bought it, and I refunded their money because that was just a form of a research because I thought it was going to work, but there was something wrong. There was something really, really wrong. You don't do your research. That's a very good path to bankruptcy. There's a very good path to disappointment. Research is everything, but research in a certain time frame married with action is also important, because there's some people get caught in the research loop and they'll research for 5 years and the market keeps shifting. You got to research and make a move. Glenn, my Christmas gift was the ultimate sales machine. Thank you. I'm telling you that's a good book. Yeah, they're still on Amazon, but the whole point is how many are they selling? Let's put it this way. Since I actually did this and put this in the video, I'm actually going to sell some of these things for them just because I talked about them. But that's influencer marketing. That's a whole different animal. It's a whole different animal. But typically physical products, you got to have a whole different, because here's the thing with physical products. How you're going to get it to the customer is very much part of your sales process. With these beds, I would pick them up from Coaster and I would deliver them to the customer's house, free shipping. I would take them upstairs. I mean, they weren't that big. They came in 3 boxes: headboard, footboard, and the rails. And I could just take them to someone's house and drop it off in the bedroom. Easy peasy. I mean, it was a beautiful thing. I mean, I was pissed off. Then I had another account with 2 other places, Pound X, if they still exist, Titan Importers, but Titan didn't sell the bed. Because see, Coaster was the only one that had the bed that didn't have the little cheap fucking little knobs on the end. It was really thick. It just looked it just looked quality. It just looked like quality. The finishes were even. It was just easier to sell. But when you do your physical products, how you get into the customer is very much part of your marketing and salesmanship. And if it's not, you're not going to move as many as you can. That has to be embedded. Is the Never Be Broke action pack is coming back. Ye ask and you shall receive. Okay. This is the beauty of doing these live streams, because someone asked me like, well, you have everything on sale and you're doing all these discounts. How do you make money? And I just started laughing. I was just like, you don't really know how this works. I'm going to do this to kind of give someone an example. Let's go to bundles. Let's go in here. This is why I love doing this stuff. I can do so many things on the fly. So for those of you who want the Never Broke action pack, and for those of you who are watching this later, this is an in-stream special, which means you can't get it later. So everyone that wants the Never Broke action pack, I just put it in the comment section, click on it, get what you need, and come on back. But physical products are really, really a different animal. There's very much a different animal. And we're going to get into that with e-commerce, because the e-commerce course will be dealing with physical products. And it's going to be very different than anything else out there. Because one of the problems, like when I see people, and I've talked about this, you know, and this goes like with the hustle mentality versus the system mentality. Okay. I actually have stuff on here. All right. Here's a screwdriver. You can probably buy these maybe literally 5 cents a piece, if that, maybe a penny a piece from China, right? And turn around and sell them for $2.99. Hard. You can do this. You can do this. They could throw it against the wall. Shit, a truck could run over it and it's not going to break, right? So this is the kind of item, small, easy to ship, that people are saying that you should sell in e-commerce. Okay. All right. Hold on a second. Be right back. Okay. This is not something that you would find on Alibaba and sell, because shit's expensive. I'll tell you the story on this, because there's 2 of them around here. I might show you the other one. I know someone who loves Star Wars shit. So it was a Star Wars helmet, stormtroopers, R2-D2, and some other stuff, and a lightsaber for Christmas, right? And I was able to get this guy because I bought the other one, and I got, you know, supposedly a discount, but that was only if you bought them at the same time. But I sweet talked the lady at Toys R Us, and she hooked me up with this. She gave me like 20, 30 bucks off. She was real nice. But this kind of item, you're not going to sell like you sell this, right? But you would have to sell 70 of these to make what they made by selling one of these. So I will put the force away. So when you've sold big stuff online, I've sold bedroom sets, 4,000 and 5,000, 6,000. Yeah, you don't get the consistent sales, but the margins are all kinds of gains. Swell your mushroom tip up like you would. You'd be just like, oh, look at that sale. Mushroom, you know, I mean, so that's the kind of stuff we're going to talk about, because I've sold, what, thousands of things, big things online, heavy duty stuff, anywhere from, you know, 300 bucks up to, I think the biggest bedroom set was 10 grand. But that sucker was massive. It was like 30 grand in the store. It was a real special situation. Douglas. Yeah. When you touch things with it, it makes even more sounds. We've been like losing our minds around here. But typically, and also let's talk about that and who would buy this? Because the thing is, these suckers are expensive. You know, just go towards us and look them up. But who's going to buy that? And then that's a whole different market, and how you appeal to that market is totally different. And that's other stuff that we're going to talk about. But with hustle culture, it's all about the hustle and getting money. It's not about building systems. It's not about getting wealthy. It's not about long-term wealth. It's not about creating processes. As Benjamin said, he got The Ultimate Sales Machine by Chet Holmes, which is an awesome book, which talks about processes. You know, you'll hear this term in the book, pig-headed determination, because when you learn to be consistent, you will consistently get money in your life. If you learn how to be consistent with building relationships, you'll always have friends. If you learn how to be consistent with treating other human beings very well, you'll always have romantic relationships. I mean, it's just consistency is such a huge part of it. And that is what makes the system works. It just does. Let's see what we have here. Where are we? And let's see. Oh, cool. We are flowing hard today. Now, you know, there are many people who want to know what I do in terms of like hustling. I have really this year pulled back from hustling. I still hustle, but I've pulled back from hustling because I don't need to hustle. I need to build systems. Hence hiring people, doing different things, doing a lot of testing, breaking the YouTube channel. Like right now, I'm playing around with this. And I'll even, you know, because I'll tell you how it's done. It's real simple. I got a 27-inch Mac and I got a white screen. That's when you go to a website that's mostly white, and that's the light, because if I turn it over here, then light will get in there. I mean, it's super, super easy. Gary Sims, how did you have customers pay you on Craigslist? PayPal? I had a merchant account. I would take their credit card over the phone, or I would take cash upon delivery. Interesting story about that. I never got stiffed on the cash with delivery. I never got stiffed. Also, I'm going to show you something else that I used to sell. And I sold a shitload of these. Let's see. Havana Club Chair Leather. I'm going to give you another lesson. Oh, they've changed them a little bit. Here. What? Oh, I might have to start doing this again. Hold on, let me see. Is that for real? Oh, okay. I know that's a different grade of leather, because I'm sitting there like, what? That's close enough. Let's see. I'm gonna bring you guys in on this because you want to. All right. There we go. All right. Okay. So let's see. Is it going to make it bigger? This isn't the exact chair. Maybe is this one like it? It's a little bit more like it. All right. This is somewhat like it. It's not exactly like it. Imagine it didn't have all these seams everywhere. It was just smooth leather. It didn't have that indentation. It didn't have all this buffeting here. It was just really smooth. I mean, it was very sleek. It was very chic. That's the reason it sold. Let's see, what kind of leather? They say high quality top grain leather. This could be leather, or it could be something called bycast leather, where they'll take a piece of cowhide, cut it in the middle, and peel it back and bond it with pleather. So it's leather, pleather, bycast leather is some of the stuff. And the reason I'm saying I think it's bycast leather is the price point. That's really cheap for 100% leather, even today. And you go up to, let's go back to the original one, and you see the price on this one, and full grain leather in classic brown. Now notice what they said. Let's look at this. high quality top grain leather, it's bi-cast. That's why they're playing with the words. And this is full grain leather. Yeah, this is, now look at the price. Okay, this is full leather, and it's damn near 4 times of pleather. But it's very good pleather. It's very good pleather. You can pinch it. It will have the properties and stuff of leather. So they've probably really upped this stuff. But all right, I just got caught up. I used to get like really excited about money. All right, so let's just take this one. Now, what I would do, and this, I was selling pleather. I was selling bi-cast pleather. What I would do was reserve these chairs, and my cost was $185. So I would get 2. I didn't sell 1. I sold them in sets of 2 because women like sets of 2, and I sold this primarily to women as accent chairs. I did not call them Havana Club chairs. I called them leather club chairs for your den or study. That was kind of the copy on the ad, and I sold a shitload of them. And I had a lot of people, and that was an ad. It was like, you could give me your credit card over the phone, or you could pay me cash money in person. And once again, my delivery guy doesn't have a credit card machine, so it would have to be cash. Just let us know before we come deliver it, right? And I was the delivery guy a lot of times because I did not want my employees collecting that money. So I had this lady, and I remember, and she and her husband, they lived in Virginia Highlands, and they had this craftsman bungalow, and a lot of people kind of buy furniture that's theme specific for those homes. And they came out, and I took them out of the van, and I unwrapped them and everything, and they sat them in their driveway, and they were like, wow, this is really, and then one of the neighbors came over, and he sat in a chair, and it's like, you're selling this on Craigslist? And I mean, the guy was just like, you sure these aren't hot? I said, they're not hot. It's okay. And then the neighbor said, man, I like this. Bring me 2. So I got 2 sales, and they paid me cash money. And the dude who wanted me to bring him 2, he just went to the bank, got the money, and he says, well, you came here. I mean, you know, if you're doing this, you're not just going to disappear with my money. Here you go, guy. I'll see you at 6 p.m. We got 2 more chairs and brought them back. And one of the big things, like I said, I sold a ton of these chairs. I sold them on Craigslist because the shipping would have completely killed the deal. It would have completely eradicated whatever the money I was gonna make. But just to show you how, when you do your own research, how when you learn how to market, how much money you can make, because these things were costing me $360. I would sell them for $699. Double my money, cash money most of the time, because a lot of folks didn't want to do the credit card over the phone on Craigslist. So it was 75% of these deals were cash deals. And so I made like what, 600, 700 bucks in one day for 2.5 hours of work. That's what happens when you start doing your own work and quit trying to make a lot of money and not do anything. That's what happens. There's so many little things that once you do your own work, your own research, that there's so much money in the market, but there are just people who are, they've never done this kind of stuff, so they don't really know. All right. Never broke his back. Mike Page, thanks for the lesson. Akuka O, hey, well, welcome. And I finally got to watch your live stream. Love your shows. Appreciate it. Hey, just a quick question. How many of y'all are still off? I'm just wondering. Now, I will have to pull this up and get it more, make it wider, and that makes it brighter. Just how many people here are still off? Just wondering. And let's see, all kinds of stuff going on. I'm gonna just wait until y'all put that in there. Okay. You never know, Akuna. Are you in Hawaii? Are you like part Samoan? I'm just wondering. To Akuna, sounds like King Kamehameha. I used to live in Hawaii for 3 years. That's how I know this stuff. Oh, okay. Willie's at work. Purpose Pit's off. Mr. Safety's off. Great still off, but always hustling. I had to open the store today. Yeah, I know those days. I choose my hours, Akuna. Tuning in at work. I've been off my entire life. Oh, that's funny. Levi, I'm about to hit that grind. Mel B, that's the big problem. Those that have not done it giving you advice. Oh, okay, you're from Ghana. All right, cool. I did not know. Off, packing items, list of stuff while I watch the Hectorix. Went to work today, work for myself, make my own hours. Mama make. I was at work, but I got off 8:30. Okay, I was just wondering because part of doing your own work is figuring out your attendance because, like I said, the attendance has gone up, and is that because many people are off, or is that because the reach is spread? I'll find out in January. D. Wilson not off, but yeah, I mean that's just one of the things about doing your works. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, all right. Stop with the hot corners. Let's pull that back up. Cool. Just a lot of stuff I learned from just doing my own thing. Like let's take the Kindle. The hustle is, Kindle books, go out and find someone in a third world country, get them to write your book, find a proper niche, use pay-per-click advertising to get money there and make a shitload of money from these books. Now, I'm not going to mention any names, but virtually every one of those people that was doing those Kindle courses stopped. Why? Because Amazon changed the game and they changed the rules. But since I have been a writer since 2009, I know a lot about Amazon and Kindle. I figured out a way to manipulate their ass and have their customers come to me. But if I wasn't willing, because one of the things that scared me, and I'm just be honest, I woke up one morning and I looked at my Create Space account, and I had a week where I did 10 grand. And that was one of the first weeks where it went like that. And I was like, fuck, this is amazing. And this is terrifying because I'm making this money at their leisure. At any moment, they can change a rule or something. And this is my only product. This is all I got. I became very, very scared. I know a lot of people will be like, shit, I got a lot of money. But once again, I've been there. I know what it's like to make a lot of money and have it snatched away. Have that, what do you make with eBay? That shit was just like, it was deflating, man. I mean, you were just sitting there like, wait a minute, I ain't do nothing wrong. I'm just a little bear out here in the hustle woods trying to get my hustle on. I'm selling products and they took my honey. What? I mean, and I just had that flashback and I made a decision where I stopped putting books on Amazon. Well, I made a decision where I started directing all of my traffic to urbanpackrat.com. I didn't even mention Amazon, but people still found it. When you would Google my name, it was like one of the number one results, but people still found it. But I started putting all my marketing efforts into my stuff. And now that I know, because I haven't put a new book or anything on Amazon in years. Like I said, I don't even remember. I'm gonna have to create a new Kindle account. I'm gonna have to create a new Create Space account because I don't remember the logins, because I don't even have those email addresses anymore. But it's, like I said, it's not a lot of money, but I still get the money and still get the check. So fuck it. But now what I know from doing my own work with marketing, with creating a YouTube channel, with all this stuff, I can do a lot more with Kindle than I ever could before. But if I did not let go of Kindle, I wouldn't know this. Let's see what we got in here. Not me, but I'm listening. I wish I was busier, getting there, owning it. Douglas Jones looking for a job now. Douglas Jones, start a service business. I don't know where you are. Shovel snow, whatever. Get out there. Just say 8 hours. I'm going to go knock on doors, shovel snow if you're in that kind of area. Let's see. New Age note. I'm enjoying the lesson, Glendon. Can you say it was a kind of no. That's funny. That's hilarious. I want that door to squeak. It lets me know when people come into the house from the garage. Glenda, do you think you will ever do a physical business again, or we just build a bigger digital empire? Both. I'm going to get back into physical products, but I don't think I'm going to have a physical store. I say think, because if the business dictates I need to have physical space, I'll get physical space. Do I want to get physical space? Fuck no. But if the business dictates it and the numbers look good, yeah, I'll do it. One of the things that really helped me was I got away from what I wanted to do and I started doing what I had to do for the business. Big difference in the mindset. You know, wanted to do like where I live now. I bought this place for the business. This wasn't because I wanted to do it. I mean, me, if I had my druthers, I have a 1-bedroom condo on the 40th floor, but it ain't just me, and it's just so many other things going on that this is just the best thing for the business. And when you start buying stuff for business, making lifestyle decisions for the business, your business will be like, I love you long time. Me love you. Me so horny. Anything you want. And that's what that's how your business will start acting. I mean, it's amazing. Midnight in China. What's up, Jacob? Douglas, I totally want to do erotica books. Roosevelt, so true. I have my own business. Acuna, I have my own website, but struggling getting traffic. Posting in FFP groups didn't help at all. Acuna, this is the thing. Here's the thing a lot of us won't tell you. Traffic is hard because the internet is crowded. There are literally millions of amazing websites. Millions. And typically the old metrics of the customer had to be exposed to your content 6 to 7 times for making the purchase decision. That is now up to maybe 7%, depending upon 7 times, you know, still with certain markets, up to 30 contact points that your customer has to make with you to buy your product, unless it's a physical product. Physical product, like I need a screwdriver. Whoever's got the screwdriver, you know, this is a commodity. This is price only. There is no brand with screwdrivers. It's like if it goes on the screw and it turns, it works. So there's certain products like this, you don't have to do that. But the stuff that makes more margin, the stuff that makes a lot of money, you have to do that. I mean, seriously, when you start treating your business that way, your business just responds very differently. If you treat your business as if it should serve you versus you serving it, you will struggle greatly. You will struggle quite a bit. Okay, so let's see. Where are we here? Because all right, cool. We're at that little spot where I'm getting ready to bounce. So since this is, you know, we're hanging out and stuff, we had someone wanted the never broke action pack. Let me put that link in there. Now, once the stream is over, you won't be able to hit that link and you can't find it on the website. So I'm just letting you know, if you want it, be sure to go ahead and grab it right now. And is anything else that anyone else wants from Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills? Let's see. Yeah. I'll give you a minute. You can go there. You can pick something and you can make me an offer, but you have to pay first. Because see, I figured out how to do that too. So if there's something else you want at Hustlers Kung Fu and you want to make an offer in the comments, go right ahead. And I can hook you up right now. Jizzy Trump, I know nothing about that. Nothing. I don't know anything about affiliate marketing. Never done it. So if there's okay, well, people are leaving, so I guess nobody wants anything. So with that, the deal today is the 10 steps to essential hustling, and it's $99, $100. It's a C note. You buy that, you will get the first section of the e-commerce course, which is going to be about a week long, which we call Audience. So let's see, we got a lot of stuff popping in here. I want you to be happy. Thanks for your time. Douglas Jones, let me tell you how the $450 credit works. You get to only use it once. So if you want to blow it on a $99 product, go right ahead. but you can only use it once. You cannot use it like a gift card. It's not. I'm not doing that. That's just too much to keep up with. So if you want to blow it on that product, just send me an email at hustlerskungfu@gmail.com and we can make it happen. So if that's what you want to do, but once you use it, you lose it. Never broke action pack. Get that never broke action pack. I got converted. Yeah, that's we handled that. Let's see. Mr. Safety, thanks you. Glendon Acuna. I moved on from that product. The $99 product is the 70%, the deal of the day. 70% off, 10 essential steps to hustling. It is under the video. Levi 35990. Thanks for having me have a business. Appreciate you, Levi. All right. So for those of you who want that, let me say it again really slowly. Deal of the day, 70% off the 10 essential steps to hustling, which is under the video. Grab that, and everybody who buys that today will get audience, which is going to be the first section of the e-commerce course that's going hard in 2017. It's going to be unlike anything else you've ever seen. So you'll get that first section because it's going to be audience, first section. Like I said, about 5 days for that. Marketing, that's going to be $450 right there. For those of you who've got your $450 credits, you might want to hold off until then. Don't know, it's on you, but you can only use that once. And then we're going to have creative sourcing, creating products and sourcing products. That's going to be a month. That's $1,000 for that section. Business structure, that's $1,000 for that section. And process building, $1,000 for that section. So the whole module, because I'm not just going to do this one big package. I'm going to do each section in the order of importance. You need an audience first before you start selling. That's why so many people buy products and can't sell them because they don't have a fucking audience. So for those of you with the $450 credit, I'm just saying, you're probably going to want to hold on to it, but you can use it at any time you want. Sure thing. Benjamin. Yep, the live streams are jumping. Used to be like 20 people in here. Charlotte, this is a new course. Yes, the e-commerce course is going to be very new. We're going to have some baller stuff in there. I mean, like Dave Chappelle, baller. I mean, this is, like I said, it's going to be so, I'm excited. I'm tingling. My nipples are hard because this is going to be so off the chain. It's going to be real different from the, because here's the thing. I have done importing on a large scale. I worked for a company, which probably gave me the confidence to do it because I worked in the warehouse. I saw the manifest. I absorbed how it worked because I worked in an environment. And when I did it for myself, my first container was 20 G's. You know, I see people in these groups, well, I used to because I got out of those groups. My first container was 20 G's. I see people and they're freaking out if they have to spend 2,000 for product. This was like, I was just like, okay, you really don't understand. But once again, that's because everybody, and should let you know, because everybody's trying to do the small, they're trying to do this kind of e-commerce. That leaves so much room for other things. That leaves room for this kind of stuff, which I'm probably going to tear some shit up. It leaves all kinds of rooms for this kind of stuff. This actually lights up the whole room. This is awesome. And I saw those barbershop things, Diana. I'm not shaving. It's December. I'll shave in January. Maybe. I'm going to go back to my mountain man look. I love the lightsaber. I'm not going to lie. I've been having fun with it. There's all kind of toys around here right now. It's ridiculous. Let's see. What's this? Is it part of anything else? Nope. It's going to be this. I haven't even named it. I've named the sections, but I'm going to come up with the snazzy names. Irvin, tell me, how do I get credit? What do you mean? Benjamin Gandy, small money, small profit all day long. So, all right. You got your marching orders. Be sure to share this stream today with someone you care about. Put it on your Facebook page, put it on your Twitter, your Instagram, whatever, and like, comment, and I'll be back tomorrow. So with that, I'm out.